Hi, I'm Karen and I'm a local artist. I'm here at the Free Gallery at The Point, which is in Doncaster Town Centre. I'm going to be showing you a blending technique using loose charcoal dust and a paintbrush. For this blending exercise, we're going to be using a brush, some charcoal and a piece of scrap textured paper. So we're going to rub the charcoal onto the textured paper so that we're going to create some loose dust to use to blend with. With your loose charcoal dust, pick up using your paintbrush, then you can add it onto your paper. Start from the top of the square and smooth the charcoal dust along the page. You can create darker areas and lighter areas. Have a play around and experiment with the loose charcoal dust. See what effects you can make. Another really nice way to use your loose charcoal dust is for actually blending an entire subject matter. In this case, I'm going to use this drawing of an apple. It's always best to use a black and white photograph. So if your drawing is colour, just convert it into black and white. The first thing you'll need to notice about your drawing is where the light areas are, the mid-tone areas, and where the dark areas are, because that's where we're going to split our levels of charcoal into 3 different parts. When you notice the 3 different areas, the light, the mid and the dark areas, these are called your different tonal areas. Start off by adding your loose charcoal to the darkest areas first. So to start off with here, I'm going to add the charcoal where the darkest areas are here. So I'm now adding the dark areas on the other side of the apple. It's useful to use your brush in the same direction as the curve of the apple. This way you'll get a more realistic look. You can use your brush to push around the loose bits of dust to fill in any areas that need to be darker. I'm just going to add some more charcoal dust to my scrap piece of paper. Now we're going to add the mid-tones to the apple. So I'm just going to take a light bit of the loose charcoal and I'm just going to tap a bit of the excess off first before I go straight onto the picture. I'm going to use a really light, soft stroke. So there's very, very light pressure going onto the apple here. Add the mid-tones down at the bottom. And I'm using my brush in light, sweeping motions around the curve of the apple. I'm avoiding the light areas so that they can stay nice and white, the same colour as the white of the paper. Now I'm going to go in with my brush and I'm going to blend through the dark areas to the mid-tone areas. So I don't need very much charcoal on my brush, but I am going to move around any loose dust that's on there and get it fully on the paper. I'm trying to get rid of any areas that don't look nice and smooth. I'm using my brush in a kind of tickling motion. I'm going to pick up some more loose dust, and now I'm just going to work the back of the apple before I go onto the leaf. I'm following the lines of the apple as it comes from the back towards the stem, and I'm going to make those same motions with my brush. Now I'm going to go in with quite a lot of loose charcoal dust for the stem. The leaf is nice and pale, so I'm just going to really lightly touch the leaf so you can tell the difference between the leaf tone and the apple tone. We've got darker areas here where I'm going to put a little bit more loose charcoal dust and down the centre of the leaf. You can use your rough paper to remove any excess on your brush. And there we have your loose charcoal apple. I really like that way of using charcoal. Why don't you give it a go?